With 40 years as the head coach of Arizona State women's tennis, Sheila McInerney's priority has always been about her players. Handwriting notes to recruits, paying for road trip meals out of her pocket, and putting grades first.
Yeah, and on the court, she's mastered the delicate balance between keeping it fun and bringing intensity to get the most out of her team. McInerney was named head coach at just 26 years old in 1984, and today she celebrates her 66th birthday. I had the chance to sit down with her to talk about the impact and legacy she continues to leave on the Sun Devils. From her courtside view, Sheila McInerney's focus is always forward, a luxury she's earned after 40 years at the helm of ASU women's tennis.
I had opportunities, particularly when I was younger, to go to different places and was recruited by different schools, but I always enjoyed being here.
But McInerney is the exception. Surviving the constant coaching carousel in collegiate athletics is no small feat, but the petite McInerney looms large over the Whiteman Tennis Center in Tempe, a testament to the relationship she forges and her competitive spirit.
Anything that she does, she wants to do well, and I think that's what you see out on the court, whether that's working with the players. She wants to bring the best out in them, she wants to bring the best out in the team. I guess something that maybe a lot of people don't really realize past the whole, super nice lady, super caring person and things like that, but yeah, super competitive.
McInerney grew up in Rome, New York, playing tennis at a park across the street from her house. She played at USC on scholarship, where she contributed to 3 national championships. While still in college, McInerney played the legendary Billie Jean King as an amateur in the 1977 US Open. She turned pro in 1980, then returned to USC as an assistant coach in 1983, and a year later, at just 26 years old, McInerney got the head job in Tempe, a title she's held ever since.
I was never the most talented person. I mean, I'm 5'4", pushing it, probably 5'3 3/4", and I never had a big type of game, so I had to sort of grind, I always used to perspire a lot when I was on the court, so I sort of had to do it the hard way.
But as a coach, McInerney has made it look easy. When she took over an already successful program from Ann Pittman, she kept the winning tradition alive. The Sun Devils have been to 35 straight NCAA tournaments and have finished every season during her tenure ranked in the top 40 nationally, while McInerney herself has won 2 Pac-12 Coach of the Year honors.
You get new girls every year, pretty much, or every 4. So having, to coach them up and show them the culture a little bit, that's impressive. It's not a one-time thing, it's a consistent thing.
Amid 4 decades of winning, the sport of tennis has changed drastically, from rackets to recruiting. Perhaps McInerney's biggest strength? Her ability to adapt and keep up with the times.
And even a few years ago, she was teaching me how to contact this person, and I was like, I had no idea, so she was also teaching me about technology, I was very impressed by that. Normally I was like, that's my edge, I can teach Sheila that.
Probably one of the first collegiate programs were teaching open stance forehand. That was 35 years ago. And so same thing, you just got to make sure you're adapting and have good people around you too that can complement you for what you do.
But the true legacy is that to her student athletes, she is Sheila, not Coach McInerney, an emphasis on the person before the player.
Once I knew she had my back, I could be myself, I could mess up speaking English. It was a game changer for me. It was like a second mom. She was a second mom. She truly cared for us.
My family life was a little bit crazy before I got there, and she just, really helped me kind of steady myself and keep moving forward. It wasn't all about winning and losing, but it was also important to her that we graduated and that we were happy.
I talked to Nadia Abdallah for this, and she sort of coined what you've built here as a culture of care. Can you describe sort of what goes into that?
What's the saying? The kids want to know how much you care more than how much you know. Basically, you're responsible. I'm not married. I don't have kids of my own, but they're basically your kids for the time that they're here. And you certainly want to treat your kids really well. So you do the same thing with them.
Of course, the ultimate question: when will Sheila hang it up? The drive is still there, and she simply still loves the job.
Is there any sign of you slowing down, or are you not thinking about that?
No, I think you take it 1 year at a time. I think that's super important. I think the one thing though too, I think it's important that, you know, when you always want to leave the program probably better than you found it, if you can. You love tennis, you love the kids, you love the whole team aspect of it, and I think that's, I mean, how could anything be better, really?
Yeah.
You get paid to do this for 40 years, are you kidding me, right?
4 decades strong and still going. A dream job for a lifetime.